All right, in one of my videos, I think I put it in my videos. Anyways, I put some dirt in here. Again, I was talking about how I need to level off that other side in there, get so that there's no dip underneath that trench that I built for the skirt. So what I did was I brought some dirt in here. I leveled it out a little bit, made myself a little bit of a platform, and I'm using some of my scrap wood to create a little bit of a base. And I know you're probably thinking, well, that's wood on dirt, it's gonna rot. I don't care, it doesn't matter. And at the same time, it shouldn't get wet in here, so after a while it'll just be sitting on dry dirt, so it should last a while. I do have a bunch of flooring that's still left over from the loft project, and I guess we'll see if I have enough to kind of do at least a nice good patch, because that's where I want to put my first right here, my desk. These desks here, these benches, there's 2 benches. I want to put them side by side, and that'll be my workstation for seeding, planting, and whatnot. But I also got to keep in mind that I'll probably have some kind of tote in here at one point or another to make my drip system in here. So like I said, all this stuff down this side, this will pretty much be the left side all the way down, and then once I get past my benches, it'll all be just like starts and you know, just potted plants that need to start up or keep in the winter. And then on this side, we're gonna have my one way of heating here. I'm going to put some water in there, create a little bit of a thermal battery, but we got to do a little bit of work and again on this side, same thing, put it in there, get it kind of leveled off, and then line up these water jugs and then fill them up. So just keep going, do what you can, not what you can't. So just half-assed like that, bunch of lumber from my sawmill. I'm just gonna come out a little ways, probably not the whole way. I only need enough for the 2 benches, and then I'll kind of stop there, I think. So yeah, that's halfway. All right, so I was able to soak these for the week and give them a little turn. I blasted them a little bit to try and break up some of that rust and whatever, but I did get them all to move. So we'll lube them up a little bit with some WD-40 before we put them in. But right now, these holes, I'm going to put new hardware in, and this hardware is just a little bit bigger, so we're going to drill out all of these holes here, and then we're going to go put them on the doors for the greenhouse, and then we're going to help re-drill the wood and then assemble. So hopefully we'll have the doors up before the end of the weekend, and that's what we're going to work on. A little bit of the greenhouse is getting a little bit of a facelift inside, and we're getting it all set up so we can start using it. All right, all done. Let's get these suckers hung. So I don't know if you can see this, but this main post for the main door here has twisted, and that happens because they come kind of moist when you get them, right? They're kind of damp with the pressure treatment. But it did twist into my track there, so I'm gonna have to find a way to kind of either twist it, pull the screws out, push it back, and then re-screw it in, or I'm gonna have to like get the chainsaw and just kind of split along the front, which I don't really want to do, but if I have to do it, that's what I got to do. I got the wheels assembled on the doors over there, so we're one more step away from putting them up. And then at the bottom, there's supposed to be another wheel right down at the bottom there that holds the door in the track, keeps it from going in and out, so the wind doesn't blow it way out and come slamming against the wall, excuse me. And then we're going to get back onto here. I'm going to get I ran out of battery juice, so get my other impact and put a few screws down. This is just a half-assed way of doing something. I'm just throwing it in there because I need a little platform to work on, so I'm not, twisting my ankles all the time on some of this rough ground. And we'll cut this off here, we'll trim this up here, we'll get these benches up on top, and then our workstation will be ready. And then at one point in here somewhere, we're gonna have to put in the water tote in order to get some water in here, use it for my drip irrigation. And then over on this side, I'm slowly filling in the trench, as you might want to call it, right down at the edge there. You can see there's a big gap there. I need to level that off, fill it up a little bit up to and or just a little above the insulation. And then obviously I'm putting in my jugs here, and then when that's all done, I'll fill up the jugs, and I'll probably just use that for my pump, and I'll just run a hose around the edge and fill them up. So let's keep going. few more things to do before the weekend's over. It's actually 20 degrees in here in this greenhouse right now, and it's probably about 10 outside with the wind. So let's get going. All right, it's a bright Sunday morning, and I finished off this little half-assed deck here. I just kind of trimmed it up with my chainsaw, put a bunch of screws in. If I find anything that gets too loose, I'll throw another screw in or something like that, but I'll just put some weight on it, and this will be my working area. And right now, again, I'm still working on the sides here, trying to get those little trenches filled in, because I don't want any upheavals, so we want to get it in as quick as possible and get some kind of weather on it, some kind of water on it, help it really sink in there and fill in all the little gaps. So then we'll also get our little jugs. That's also what I'm doing, is lining up my jugs once I get it all flat. It looks like this is how many jugs I have, and it looks like I'm going to need at least another one of those at least to finish it, so that I have the whole back wall warming up from the sun. So let's get back to work, and I'll see if I can get some more stuff done. Okay, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more work to this. The disc I was using definitely didn't want to definitely do it quick enough, or whatever. It just didn't work very well. So we'll keep working on that one. We still got to get the 10-inch wide piece of wood for the top. I have the windows. I didn't want to put them in because of the wind, and I don't want to put any of this stuff in here because if the wind gets really strong, it'll blow things open or out. So we don't want to do that. So let's go down the other side. I'll show you how I fixed that other post. Okay, so this thing here was definitely, I don't know if you can see that. All right, so this is the one post that twisted out so bad that it ended up going like right into some of the track there. So what I did was I took the screws out of here and I just bonked it pretty good twice with a lead weight, and that seemed to do the trick. So I'm not going to put the doors up yet because I don't have the wheels for the bottom to keep it from flapping in and out. You know, if the wind comes in, it'll come way out like this and then it'll come back and just smash. So we don't want to put the doors in quite yet. Plus I don't have anybody to give me a hand, so I will do that next week or whenever I get a chance to do that. But we did get the wheels on, and that's pretty much it for this weekend. Doesn't seem like much of a video, but you know, every weekend I'm doing all these little chores, right? So I also was raking up some of this, and I filled in all these little gaps here on the side of the skirt. So you can see I got piles of dirt in here so that it would dry out. It's going to be wet all next week, so it's a lot harder to get this dirt and use it without it clumping up. So I went in there and tilled it all and got it all nice and loose. Now I'll let it dry in here and it'll be a lot easier to rake. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So as we go, this will start looking a lot nicer. We'll thin this out. Everything will look a lot flatter. We'll get that trailer out of here too as soon as I'm done with the grinding, because that'll be the last of what I need for it. Get these tables in place. So stay tuned and we'll see you next week. Have a great one.